shotgun. It was probably about 15 years ago, maybe. I was on a plane, and I sit down. I'm like, oh my God. And the person next to me couldn't have been more than like 20 years old or something like that. And he was like, what? And I go, there's a fucking ashtray on this plane. He went, what? They had welded it shut, right? But there was ashtrays still on the seat. And I go, do you see that? He goes, yeah, I've seen that before. I go, do you know what that is? And he's like, no. And they had just welded it shut, right?
Damn, yeah, and that always confused me because I was like, you know, you go into a restaurant, do you want smoking or non-smoking? And literally the line was like some imaginary line. And the people in the smoking section, you would just see the cloud and it would drift over to us. And it always confused me, like, does it matter where we sit? Because the same thing as a plane. Yeah, the plane. The seat next across from us is smoking. We're in it too. The shit ain't going anywhere. It's just literally in our face. So,
yeah, we all had a friend whose mom was all in the station wagon and us up. There'd be like 8 kids in a car full of smoke.
No fucking seatbelts in the car either. Like, you know, do people even ride in the back of the pickup truck anymore? Because that was fun back then.
Legal spot, they'll pull you over so quick.
Oh, damn. Kids are missing out on that shit. Like, we had the station wagon where you got the face backwards, and you would face the
wood paneling on the side.
Yes, we had that. It was green, too. It was fucking avocado green. And so, like all things 80s, it was like the weirdest fucking color next to the pink toilets. Like, for some reason, we had peach and pink toilets. And, like, I remember one time, like, we were driving down the road, my brother and I got into a fight. I threw his ass because, like, they would lower down the back window. You would face backwards, and you're looking at the rear end of the car and the car in front of you, and you're breathing in carbon monoxide from leaded fuel. Yes, there used to be a thing. The reason you have unleaded, there used to be leaded. That's the only reason. But we would breathe that shit in. And one time my brother and I got in a fight. I threw him out the back of the window, and it was like a few blocks before my parents realized my brother wasn't in the car. And there's my brother running down the road after, going, threw me out, and crying. Being the punk that he was, that was another ass whooping too. Dude, yeah, like, we're Irish boys. Like, I remember a group of my friends, we made pipe bombs. Like, I know, guys, relax. These are IEDs before IEDs. The IEDs became pretty prevalent. But we would take, like, gunpowder from fireworks and shit like that. Into a big pipe, we'd mix all this shit in, crimp the ends, put a fuse in it, and fucking light it on railroad tracks. And it would go boom, and it would be loud as fuck. And it would send shit everywhere. Like, yeah, we did dumb shit back in the day. Also, we would take shotgun shells and kind of throw them in there. Like, literally, we were IRA terrorists.
We bought cherry bombs in the 80s.
Dude, we used to throw cherry bombs at our feet. Like, those were just kind of fun.
You know, like kids do with those little poppers these days.
Right? Like, soft. You guys got to toughen up a little more. We got to bring back some of those toys. Like the Easy Bake Oven. Like, do you remember your cousins having that shit? Like, because most of my cousins were girls. They would have the Easy Bake Oven and would always bring it over to Grandma's house. And they'd be like, Grandma, I'm going to make brownies. And you would go in and touch the fucking brownie because you were going to steal one just because you were pissed off that your cousin was getting attention. And I went in, and I still have that scar on me from where I burnt it on the fucking 4,000 watt fucking bulb that cooked the fucking brownies. That shit was like highly fucking painful.
Or what about the game where you electrocuted yourself if you didn't get it right?
That was the best. I put it up to my brother's nipple, and we figured out how to do cross currents on that. And it was great.
Okay, but no trip down kid toy lane from our generation could be complete without the football game, the vibrating football.
Dude, that thing was like fucking That was still the best. Do they even make that anymore? I gotta go find one of those.
I don't know, or rock 'em, sock 'em.
Oh, do you remember the, what was it, the sumo gloves, the giant boxing gloves you used to have? And you could go out in the yard and punch each other and just knock out each other's fucking teeth in the backyard. It was fucking amazing.
No, we had real boxing gloves.
No, my parents, like, there were some lines my parents wouldn't cross, so they were like, no, let's not give them real boxing gloves, because again...
Those were, you knew a kid who had them. Like no parent bought those. Not around where I grew up. But
yeah,
you fell into Nunchuk Stars, like the underground kid toys.
Yeah, the shit that we had under the bed. Like, I remember when we were like, the Switchblade combs, we'd walk around with the Switchblade combs until we figured out, if you pull out the plastic part, you could put in like a piece of sheet metal and make a Switchblade. And literally we made like fucking weapons out of it.
Oh, I had not just a Switchblade, because we could get those. Like somebody, you always knew somebody got Switchblade, or what was the one that's called where it popped out just up front? It didn't fold out.
Oh, stiletto, yeah.
Stiletto, yeah, that was the one. I was like, yeah, this is better. Nothing else I'm really advising anybody. You're carrying around with you. I gotta have one. My ninja stars might not do one day.
Well, shit, I remember like my first kiss behind the shed. I got there, I'm all like set. I'm nervous, like I'm about to throw up because I have no idea. Like this girl, she's cute. She's got boobs, or at least a bra that says she's got boobs. And I'm like all excited, right? Like your mouth is really dry. And you're like, okay. She leans in and you're like, I don't know what to do. Do I lick her face or do I like kiss her? And then just as I'm about to go in, it's the first kiss I've ever had. My brother, who is hiding, sits there and throws a dart. The ones your parents gave you because we didn't have plastic tips or little like fucking Velcro things. We had actual metal darts, like professionals use. And my brother whipped it and stuck it in my fucking ass cheek. And I screamed in this poor girl's face, like spit went all over her. And she fucking screamed and she went running off. And here I am grabbing my ass cheek going, what the fuck? And I'm like, my brother's laughing on the ground so hard he's about to piss himself. And I'm like walking over, I'm like dragging holding my one ass cheek, trying to give him fucking haymakers with my left hand. And I'm like, motherfucker, I pop him one, give him a black eye, and he's still fucking laughing. He just like laughs no matter what I'm fucking doing to him. He's laughing. And I'm like, you gotta pull it out. You gotta pull it out. It hurts. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, my first kiss ruined by a fucking kid brother.
Okay, I've had conversations where we share first kiss stories with a lot of people reminiscing and shit. That's gotta be the worst one I ever had. Can you imagine that poor girl is probably still in therapy when somebody says, what was your first kiss like? She goes, well, let me tell you.
Dude, it went all through the school. Like, the very fucking next day, it was like, guys were like laughing at me. They're like, how's your ass feel? They're like, dude, you're kind of weird. I was like, motherfuckers, I'm on the football team. I'm on baseball. Like, I'm on the sports team and I'm getting ripped all the way. I was like, fuck. I still to this day, every time I come in contact with my brother, I'm like, I'm still going to pop you one for that fucking shit.
Okay, here's my first kiss story. It was 1976, and they were doing this whole bicentennial thing. So at the school, they painted up the playground kind of a map or an outline of the whole United States, and then each individual state, and then each kid dressed up as something from the state, Plymouth Rock, blah, blah, blah. So this girl that I really liked, and I was pretty sure liked me, was dressed as a cowboy or cowgirl from Texas, which was where I lived at the time, and I was dressed like an Indian from Oklahoma. So basically my mom had made me like this loincloth, like practically standing there in my underwear, right? No shirt, feather, total Indian look, right? Like all the teachers, everybody's going, oh, you look so good. What a great customer. So at the end of the day, they did these things. I got to read this like speech I had written, blah, 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 whatever. So we had all these festivities for the whole day. And so and they let us out early, but my mom didn't know that they were letting us out early. So I'm standing at the front of the school with this girl, and so we kiss, and it was kind of like I wanted to. I kind of knew she wanted to, but she totally initiated it, right? And so we kiss, just kind of a little bit, and then she comes back in and we French kiss, and I'm like, whoa, okay, this is cool, right? And then she takes my hand and literally shoves it down her pants. And I was like, whoa, right? And I pull it out. I'm pretty sure I kind of like freaked out a little bit. I was like, whoa, like I was not ready for that one, right? And for like the next 3 weeks, I pedaled my bike all the way over to the apartment building she lived in. We had a great time together. Like, I don't know, like, there were so many fucking days. Like, I did everything that I could. Made out, fucked each other up a little bit. Never really had sex or anything like that, right? But just minor shit. And then one day after like 2 weeks or something, I was like maybe 3 weeks, I pedaled my bike over there, and they had moved, and she just disappeared forever, and I never saw her again. To this day, if I meet somebody named Tara, I'm like, did you grow up in Texas?
Dude, yeah, I dated, what was it? Her name was KJ, and she was like one of those like teen model types. She was like always doing like photo shoots and shit like that. And I used to get pissed off because she would be like, oh, I have to go away for the weekend. And she was like a heavy smoker, so she did like these Marlboro things, and we'd have to go buy her cigarettes all the fucking time. But she was all about that life. And I remember the first time I got to feel a boob, and I was like, oh my God, what do I do with this? And like I squeeze it, like she's like, ow, she starts screaming. She's like, why are you squeezing me so hard? And he goes, you're going to break it. And I was like, oh my God. And for like the longest time, I thought that like I would pop a boob, like I could pop it like a water balloon or like something like along those lines. I had the biggest fear about touching women after that, after her experience, because I didn't know what to do. No one, like Dad said, you know, he gave me a little talk about the birds and the bees, but it was the Irish way. It wasn't really like, hey, this is how it goes. It was like, if she comes back with a kid, just know you're getting a job and you're going to have to raise and you're going to marry that woman. And I was like, oh, okay. And he didn't really explain a whole lot, but fuck. I can just remember her like screaming at the way I grabbed her like boob at first, and then like she's like, go gentle, and then we'd make out, do the heavy petting thing and all that stuff, and then she found a fucking senior, and then I was like forgotten about. I was like so pissed.
Dude, that sucks, man. I didn't get the fatherly birds and bees. I learned from Penthouse Forum, so I had a pretty, like, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 years old, and a very twisted sense of birds and bees. And two birds, one bee, like just stuff that I would read in Penthouse Forum. I was that 10 or 12-year-old in like shock and folks like, what did you say?
Yeah, my dad kind of gave me the Father of the Year speech where he's like, the dingling between your legs is going to get super hard. And if you put it inside a woman and you knock her up, she's going to get pregnant. And then you're going to have to raise that kid and you're going to have to marry it. So be careful about who you put that into. Don't put it into an ugly woman. And, oh, by the way, just be really careful about it because you can get diseases that'll make you scratch your shit all day long. And I was like, gee, thanks, Dad. You just like horrified me more so than any Stephen King fucking movie could.
Dude, I lost my virginity to a woman who called me about 3 months later and started asking me the exact date we were together, then tells me she's pregnant, and we like spent like the weekend together. It turns out like she had a boyfriend or whatever, right? And I was like, okay, whatever, right? So she tells me if it's mine, she's going to keep it. If it's him, she's going to abort it, right? And then she just disappears, right? And this is back before cell phones. Like, she called me like I didn't know how to get a hold of her. It was like my entire fucking after that. And of course, it was the time of AIDS, so you're already scared anyway, right? I was like deathly afraid of coming inside, right? So I was literally like, blowjobs, anal, like anything but to ejaculate inside.
Well, my first time was that blonde girl. Oh yes, Renee. She was so great. It was the best 20 seconds of my entire life. Literally, I think it was like a lot of kissing and a lot of fumbling, but then that 20 seconds passed and that was it. Like pretty much after that, I was like, oh yeah, this is great. Yeah, no, we're good.
Shit, dude, I had a woman who like trained me. The first time we did it, every time I would try and come, she would like do something to interrupt it. So the first time we did it was like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And then 10 minutes later, we're doing it again. Like literally, we screwed 4 or 5 times within about 8 hours. I think one time lasted about an hour. Like she was literally like grooming me to satisfy her, right? And I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, no, I only had 2 women before I met my wife, and then I was with my wife. Like then it was like 19 times a day in every room of the house, or like on the beach, in palm trees, on mountaintops, like on boats, like shit cars. Like literally, we could be driving to the convenience store and it'd be like, "Hey, pull over real quick." And nowadays, I'm kind of like, man. Those were fun times. And again, the Deep Forest songs always come back to me. I'm like, fuck, I had to listen to that shit. Because that was back when women played songs over and over and over again. Like they connected on the CD. Like, I love track 5. And they just kept playing track 5 on repeat.
Oh, God, I hated that, man. Yeah, I had one like that. I guess I was about 19 and just an insatiable, full-blown nymphomaniac anywhere, anytime. And I was absolutely in love. I would have married her. I actually met her because she got in a fight with her boyfriend, who was a friend of mine. He wasn't a very good friend, so I was like, okay, whatever. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about, some fucked up shit he did to me, like fucked up a surfboard, stole some shit from me. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna fuck his girl, right? Because she totally came on to me. I didn't come on to her at all. So we had this incredible fucking romance for like a month. And then she just ghosted me and just like disappeared. And she lived like not far from me. And I would stand there and wait for her. And she just wouldn't talk to me, would come to the door, just like wouldn't tell me anything, right? So, I mean, it took me probably like 2 months to get over her, only because I got on top of somebody else, basically. And so then I had forgotten about her, and literally almost a year to the day, she shows up at my house. I'm sitting in my room smoking some pot, and I look out the window, and her car pulls up right there, parks, just kind of sits there in front of my house like she used to do, because that was our thing. Like, she'd pull up, we'd go for a drive, fuck someone. She pulled up, and I was just like, holy shit, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna go out there. So go out there. She doesn't say a word, doesn't talk about why we broke up, doesn't talk about where she's been for 11 months, nothing. We just go, we fuck like rabbits, come back home, say nothing. I kind of brought it up about 2 weeks later, right? And she's like, look, I don't want to talk about it. Just have a good time. Just shut your mouth and enjoy it, right? And I was like, okay, yeah. So it lasted for another 2 weeks, almost like a year to the date. Fucking ghosted me again. Disappears. 3rd year, same fucking exact thing. I end up at a party, and her friend, she's a beautiful brunette, right? Her friend was a beautiful drop-dead blonde. And we're at this party. And her friend was always a little bit flirtatious, just kind of flirtatious. I wasn't anything serious. And I was not going to fuck around with Kelly. Like, I was absolutely committed, would have married her, faithful as fuck, right? If I could have been, right? And so we're at this party, and all of a sudden, her blonde friend pulls me in this room. She goes, look, man, be cool. Like, you're a cool dude. Like just be cool, and I'll fuck you. And I was like, I didn't know whether it was a test. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I was like, clear, like, look, man, you're really attractive, and I appreciate the offer, but like, I love Kelly, and I want to be with her. She goes, no, you don't understand. Just be cool. Like, you can't be with Kelly. Like, you don't get it. And I was like, wait, maybe I'm gonna get an actual answer to what the fuck is going on here, right? And she goes, the reason and what's going on is she dates. And it was the keyboardist from REO Speedwagon, Kevin Cronin, I think his name is. And so she would date me while they were on tour, and then when he comes back from tour, she'd break up with me to go back to him, right? And so her friend tells me this, and I'm like, oh, like, okay. And so she was telling me this because he was showing up to the party, he came home early, right? She didn't expect him to be there. So her friend's just trying to get me to not, like, cause a scene, not act like, like I'm her boyfriend or whatever. So I go back out into the room, and he's shown up. He's kissed her. They're kind of hugging and just all lovey-dovey right there in the kitchen where all the alcohol is. And I walk over. There's a bunch of bottles of shit. I just pour myself a shot, and she's kind of looking at me all nervous, like, "Oh, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna flip out? Like she doesn't know what to expect." So I pour a shot, down the shot, pour myself another shot. I down that, and I just kind of nod to her, like, "Hey," right? And I give her this look, and she's all like worried or whatever. And I just turned, left the party. Never said nothing to her ever again. Actually, never. I saw her a couple of times after that. And then her family moved, and I knocked on the door one day, and her friend and her brother told me that a friend that we had both known, they got married. Not the friend that she was with when I took her away from him. They ended up getting married, had a kid, blah blah blah. Right? And so I was like, I don't know, maybe I dodged a bullet. But it was like that. She broke my heart 3 fucking years in a row.
Well, at least you can claim that you took REO Speedwagon's fucking groupie, and you can say, yeah, you know what, I was that guy.
Yeah, to this day, whenever I hear REO Speedwagon, I'm like,
I mean, I would be kind of that way. I mean, I don't know. I dated, after Elizabeth, I dated an actress. And I will tell you this, for all these people that love, they glorify all being with these, really gorgeous women. All these women that are, really high up, models and actresses, I've dated a number of them. I'm going to tell you, it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's really not. The actresses, the one I dated, she was in this, fucking movie where there's, fucking vampires and stuff like this, and she's making out with a guy because it's in part of the scene, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm done with this shit, I'm good. And I really liked her. I was like, you know what, she was understanding. She really liked, when I talk about my girls, she would say, do all the cuckoo things and all this stuff. And I really liked her. The only part was my internal mechanism. I couldn't be like, dude, I can't watch you kiss another guy. I'm sorry, that's just not how I'm cut out to be. You're picking the wrong guy. And she's like, you just have to get more modern. Later on, a number of years later, I want to give it about 2 years ago, she reaches out to me and she's like, I miss you so much. You've been I constantly fantasize about you. I constantly think about you. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't be with you. I'm really not wanting to be with you. I don't want to, I just don't want to continue on this way. And she's like, I promise you, blah, 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 this. Turns out that she ended up hooking up with the guy. She did the whole vampire fucking movie or whatever that shit was. And he ended up chasing a younger girl and moving on to other deals and started fucking all those, and then turned around and started being bisexual and left her high and dry. And then she came crawling back and realized I realized what a big mistake I made. And I was like, I'm sorry, dude. It's just done. We don't have anything in common. I'm a one and done kind of guy. And yeah, that's my claim to fame. I got to bang an actress in a fucking vampire movie.
I've dated beautiful women. I've dated actresses, model types, a few here and there. And I've dated women who were average. Hell, I've dated a few women that you would probably consider ugly. But I always say to people, because they always, when they find out what I do, they always ask questions and stuff. I say, generally speaking, as a rule of thumb, you don't want to date a woman who lies for a living. I mean, she's living a lie. That's her job as an actress. But at the same time, the ones that I've been with, and I've been in every weird configuration, like I had a girlfriend who allowed me to do whatever I wanted to do within certain rules. I couldn't go down on her, and I couldn't go back for seconds. But if I wanted to screw another woman, she'd be like, okay, whatever, right? But as long as I lived up to her rules, I was cool with that. I've been in relationships where she kind of was open and I wasn't. I've been in relationships where we were both kind of open. I've tried a bunch of different configurations, and they always seem to be kind of temporary things. If I love someone and I see a long-term relationship with them, I'm not going down any of those roads. But what I find with most actresses, and I hate generalizing for the most part, but most actresses have a sliding scale of morality, if you will, in the sense of if sleeping with someone is going to help them to get where they need to get to in that power dating, not necessarily I'm going to suck your dick to get the role, but if I can date a director who's going to become something, they're willing to make that jump. And that's not to say that there aren't actresses. Whenever you do casting, if you cast 500 women, 2 of them will offer to have sex for the role, minimum, right? It's par for course. The Me Too movement and everything, totally legit. Harvey Weinstein took advantage of all that stuff, and I'm not trying to say that, but there's a dual side to that coin that absolutely exists if you've ever been in around. Now, I've never taken advantage of that, but it is there and it does exist. And I fell in love with an actress, but she wasn't serious about the relationship. But it was still one of the best sexual relationships I've ever had. We would fuck for like 8 hours at a time. Once we did it on ecstasy, I literally couldn't wear underwear or pants or anything for almost like a day. I was literally like raw. And it was an incredible relationship, but I knew it was temporary from the get. And so I got to this point where it's like evaluate early on. Is this a long term? Is this a short term? And that doesn't work for everyone, but generally speaking, the more beautiful, like if you've ever seen the Crazy Hot Scale video, and for those in the audience, if you've never seen the Crazy Hot Scale video, watch that, watch the male version, and then watch the female version. The female version's funny as fuck, you'll laugh your ass off. But there's some truth to it. The hotter they are, the more problems you're going to have. The more guys are going to hit on them, the more jealousy you're going to have to deal with. And I love beautiful women, but I have been happier with women who were more plain and
Holy
average,
shit.
except for when the woman who is beautiful knows the pitfalls of that and knows how to navigate around it. If she takes care to not make you feel jealous, if she takes care to explain to you and is open to you, and does the things that allow you to feel comfortable and reinforces that she loves you and whoever she's meeting with is a job-oriented thing, it's not social, blah, blah. Like, if they go out of their way, then you know that they love you, right? And then I think it can work, but generally speaking, almost all of the guys I've ever seen that wanted to date actresses, strippers, models, porn stars, because I'm here in the Valley, they never work out, right? It's just, if you're in the industry, your relationship suffers. And it's not a male, it goes both ways, right? It's the same if it's an actor dating a woman who's not within the industry. It's just not a good mix.
Well, it's like women who think they want a guy like me. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, you may want one of those rough and tumble guys, but yeah, it sounds great if hey, I'm going to go off into the wilderness with him. I'm going to go on a big game hunt. I'm going to go, I'm going to go to Africa and climb a mountain. Like, it all sounds glamorous, romantic. You've got all the novels in Hollywood to give you those pins. But like, when it comes down to like the day-to-day, like, I hate to tell you this, you're beautiful and all this stuff, but here's a hand trowel and go dig yourself a cat hole and go shit in the woods. Like, you're gonna go do that stuff. You're not gonna smell nice. You're not gonna put on like 40 pounds of makeup and have perfume and have this perfectly ironed freaking shirt and khaki pants, and you're gonna be like all like, like, I don't know, Audrey Hepburn kind of look to you. It's just, it doesn't work in real life. You're going to be sweaty, dirty, grimy, and, and I'm going to tell you, hey, we're still carrying on. And, it's just, I don't know. But I feel you there. But Bud, it was great talking to you.
Yeah, definitely. I gotta go as well. But I was going to end with the last woman I fell in love with. I absolutely, the minute I knew I was in love with her, we were driving. She says, "Pull over." I said, "Why?" She goes, "I gotta pee." And she literally just side of the road, squats, pisses, gets back in the car, doesn't say a word. We were driving away. I'm like, "Cool, this is the one." It was the one for the time.
Definitely, yeah.
Right, that was the moment I knew. I was like, "Yeah, cool."
It happens perfect, but yeah, well, it was good chatting with you. I'm gonna dip out and I'm gonna head to bed, curl up. I got a big day, big weekend ahead of me. I gotta travel early in the morning, so I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, see you around, man.
All right, bye.
Wow, another exciting episode of Brad's life and amazing things that he has done. I wonder if he'll ever meet the girl of his dreams to jump into a pond to meet an alligator to take a selfie, to climb up a mountain, to catch a bald eagle by its feet and fly across a valley and crash into a brown bear, and then to eat salmon. Viking, warrior, America's Rambo, America's Clubhouse Rambo. I am the law. I am the law. Sylvester Stallone, Rambo, a.k.a. Viking.
Don't push it, I'll give you a war you won't believe. They drew first blood, not me. I have a war. You gotta become war. Murdoch, I'm coming to get you. Mission accomplished. For our country to love us as much as we love it. That's what I want. Live for nothing. Or die for something. Don't push it, I'll give you a war. Believe. They drew first blood, not me. I have a war.
They drew first blood, not me. I got chased out of the bar tonight by some Latina. She wanted to kill me. I said, bitch, I'm going to call ICE. Hello? Clubhouse just needs more cowbell. Clubhouse just needs more cowbell. Say it with me. Clubhouse just needs more cowbell. Hello? The fool, folly, thoughtlessness, extravagance, lack of discipline, inconsideration, delirium, frenzy, unrestrained excess, carelessness in promises, insecurity, beginning adventure, new start, precipice of life, excitement, something new. Oh, the holy guardian angel El Normo has arrived. Rabboni Shalom, I just escaped from a very volatile situation with my life intact. Before anything could happen, Rabboni Shalom, I turned the corner and the police were there. They saved me.
Isn't that amazing sometimes?
This girl was coming to kill me. I turned the corner and the police are right there. She takes one look at the police and she turned her back and said, fuck this, I'm leaving.
Did you break her heart?
No, she was on stage shaking that ass. So I opened up my YouTube and created a 15-second clip. And then she came up to me afterwards and she's like, delete that. And she's like, where is it? I said, it's on YouTube. And she says, delete it right now. I said, okay, I'll delete it for you. And then she started screaming at me. And I was like, well, I was going to delete it for you. And then she went nuts, and I got up, and I stormed out of the bar real quick because I was like, I could tell this is going to escalate. So I booked it quick. I turned the corner, and the police were there, and she was like, "Oh shit, I'm turning around." And now she's got, many thousands of views on YouTube. So that's the exciting part.
559 to be precise.
I hope it blows up. I hope she gets tons of views. She was very upset.
It's a big nothing, though. She's just being a regular person on stage. What is it, karaoke?
I don't know. She's just upset that somebody filmed her content, because everybody is now conscious of content. So when some fucking guy in a suit is sitting there filming, shaking your ass and putting it on YouTube, and she's like, wait a minute, I just graduated college, and now some fucking loser at a bar has 45 seconds of me shaking my fat ass on stage? Holy shit. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I was going to comply with her request until she got rude. And then I got rude, and then she got ruder, and it escalated. But I never said anything insulting. I introduced myself as an artist.
Well, if you shoot my ass, would you comply with my requests? I'm kidding. I accept you as you are, John.
If I was out on the street, I would have a better case for like not being able to record in a bar. Like, because the street, you can actually film people on that stage. And I do that usually when I first get there with the bands, and they look at me like, I hate that you're filming us, but you're on the street. So I guess we can't really complain. So I can understand a girl with a fat ass getting upset that some guy in a bar filmed her shaking her fat ass. It's like, yeah, okay. I can understand that. But I knew that it was like a clubhouse room. I just wanted to get away, an Irish goodbye as quick as possible from the situation. So I dramatically rose from my chair, slammed my drink on the table, and just quickly double timed it out of that place and booked it. And then they chased me. Her and her crew chased me down the street. And then I turned that corner, and boom.
I wish you'd film that.
She was screaming at me. Oh my God.
I wish you'd film that.
I just wanted to get away as quick as possible, because this one was violent. This girl was violent. And
I wish you were Naruto running.
Yeah, I have an amazing $75 Amazon suit. It's red, and everybody comments are so funny.
Oh, I have something coming up. You can get good suits from Amazon for little money.
$75 for an incredible suit.
Really? What's the brand or something? What do you look for?
Just type in men's suits, and boom, right there. First results. Just go for the one with the lot of ratings. $75 or less.
I got a really good tuxedo from H&M for like $150. Looked like $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Thailand, and I'm still paying $200 a suit for a custom-made suit. And these suits on Amazon come from China. The stitching and the fabric and the elastic, it's like stretches, So these are like, I mean, holy cow. Like, these are $200 suits for $75.
This is crazy. 66.85, 89.98. This is hilarious, and they're good.
I'm not kidding you. They're top quality. They come in a plastic, sealed Ziploc bag. These are mass manufactured Chinese suits. They're really
delivery overnight.
Fucking amazing, right?
51.16.
Jeff Bezos is the biggest haberdasher on the planet.
That's hilarious.
He's in the schmata business.
It's hilarious.
I'm not kidding you. I wore a suit to the Chabad tonight, and this girl was like, "This is very bold of you to wear a red suit. I don't know if I'd have the confidence to wear a red suit." It's not like bright red. It's like, that dark red, whatever. What do they call it?
Men's suits classic fit 2-piece suit with set 1-button casual.
Yep, that's the one I bought.
Really?
I bought it in blue, red, green, purple, black.
That's hilarious. Did you get a tie? I mean, if you mess it up, you throw it out.
I got a gazillion ties, but all my suits don't fit me anymore. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy all new suits. And I bought triple XL. And that fits the best. And I effed up, but I did buy a double XL.
Are you that big?
I'm 6'3", but when you wear the fabric, like I did notice the tips of my pants were kind of dragging a little bit. So they're a little dirty, but the feeling of having the extra fabric, like I hate being in a tight, fit suit. So the triple XL, it's all about like, it's big, but the look of it is unique because it's one color, and if you go out, most people are wearing like multicolored outfits. So if you wear a blue suit out, like you really stand out, you really stand out.
One button, 3-piece blazer. This just looks great.
Yeah, you just gotta either extra large or extra large. You gotta look at the measurements. But I would say go just one size bigger and live with the extra fabric.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you feel like $1 million in a suit. So we got Howard in the house and Stinny, the whole clubhouse crew. Pepe's sleeping, Peter's sleeping, BB's sleeping, Blake is sleeping. Everybody's asleep. Woo! Woo! The magician. Self-confidence, willpower, skill, initiative, creativity, originality, flexibility, dexterity, craft, guile, masterfulness, capability, trickery, misleading, deception. The high priestess, wisdom, serenity, serene knowledge, judgment, learning, sagacity, common sense, understanding, hidden emotion, reserve, demanding, emotionless, inability to share, lack of patience, cold emotion, uncomfortableness. The Empress, action, development, progress, fruitfulness, fertility, attainment, accomplishment, marriage, mother, sister, wife, feminine influence, subterfuge, tears, female guiles, harassment, spendthrift, a nagging Karen, the Emperor, realization, accomplishment, worldly power, wealth, stability, authority, indomitable spirit, endurance, leadership, father, brother, husband, male influence, direct pressure, dominance, inconsideration, the Hierophant, mercy, kindness, goodness, good advice, inspiration, alliance, humility, compassion, servitude, inactivity, overly reserved, afraid, timid, captivity, lack of conviction, afraid to face facts, unrealistic, the lovers, love, beauty, attraction, perfection, harmony, unanimity, trials overcome, confidence, trust, temptation, romance, infatuation, tendency towards optimism, oblivious to possible consequences, the chariot, war, vengeance, difficulty, trouble, conflicting influence, outside factors, turmoil, indecision, perplexity, triumph, failure, conquest, defeat, possible voyage, escape, chaos, fleeing from reality, rushing to decision, justice, equity, justice, fairness, reasonableness, proper balance, harmony, rightness, virtue, honor, virginity, just reward, self-satisfaction, sincere desire, good intentions, well-meaning actions, advice, the hermit, prudence, withdrawal, circumspection, caution, solicitude, loner, insensitive, expressionless, misleading, misguiding, regression, recession, failure to face facts, tendency to withhold emotion, fearful of discovery, the wheel of fortune, destiny, fortune, luck, felicity, inevitability, approaching a change, good or bad, depending upon the other nearby cards, fate, luck, godsend, destiny, culmination, conclusion, result, approaching an end to a problem or resolving of a question, strength, courage, fortitude, energy, determination, resolution, defiance, action, confidence, zeal, fervor, physical strength, mind over matter, conquest, accomplishment, attainment at considerable peril, the hanged man, sacrifice, surrender, abandonment, renunciation, transition, suspension, abeyance, indecision, lack of progress, readjustment, outside factors having strong influences.
All the novels in Hollywood give you those things. But like when it comes down to like the day to day, like
When it comes down to the day to day, if you can't get out into the forest with me to hunt squirrels, to build a fire, to dig a log cabin, well, then you're useless. And I have no need for you in the world of the wilderness and the Viking known as Brad. A beautiful actress just doesn't do it for me because she's too busy making movies while I'm trying to dig a slit trench to take a shit in the forest with a little hoe axe, one of those little gardening tools. I hear you, man.
hey, how much?
I hear you, man. So Tulsi Gabbard has terminated. I wrote on Instagram, ding dong, the witch is dead, the daddle, and everybody liked it. Thousands of people were happy that Tulsi Gabbard has been canned. And she claims that she's leaving because her husband has a rare form of bone cancer. Sorry, everybody, I gotta retire. My beautiful husband, who has filmed all my videos for all these years, has a rare form of bone cancer. He was with me during my deployment to this, he was with me during my deployment to that. And now it's time for me to take care of him in his time of need. It has nothing to do with the CIA raiding my office and taking a bunch of MK Ultra content and other kinds of amazing pieces of content that I was probably, copying, duplicating, disseminating, or deleting. I don't think it was the deleting part, but I think it was more of the what's she gonna do with it part. what's she doing with all that content that she's in control of? She became too much of a liability for Donald John Trump. Get rid of her. Fire her. You're fired. Put your stuff in a box. You got 30 minutes. Get the fuck out of the office. You're done. Go to Hawaii and take care of your husband with the rare bone cancer. Sincerely, your president, Donald John Trump. Your services are no longer needed. Put your shit in a box. You got 30 minutes, and you got to get the fuck out. And if you take anything with you, the CIA or the FBI will come to your front door to remove it from your personage. Sincerely, your president, Donald John Trump. Oh, hey, Marshall. Marshall, what do you think about the Tulsi Gabbard resignation? Are you upset?
I think the woman has a husband with bone cancer. Glad to take care of her family.
Is it a cover story or is it the real deal? Is it rare bone cancer or is it semi-rare? How rare is the bone cancer? Doesn't matter, does it? It's ridiculous to even question the severity of the bone cancer. What about all the CIA accusations that she was destroying content? Kennedy's assassination, MK Ultra, brain programming projects. One of America's finest heroes who endorsed Joe Biden on day one and said, we have to unify around Joe Biden. She led the march. First girl on campus. We've got to do it. We've got to unify around Joe Biden. We can't question the election results. Joe Biden is our man. That's what Tulsi Gabbard said from day one. She was one of the first. Tulsi Gabbard. Resignation. Last day on the job. Friday night. She's gone. Aloha. May 23rd, 2026. Aloha. That's how she always ends all her communication. Aloha. As if she fucking invented the word or something. I'm from Hawaii. I am an amazing person. Aloha. I think we should actually listen to her message to the world. Has anyone heard the message to the world by Tulsi Gabbard? She tells everybody to get on their knees and beg for forgiveness from the master of the world. And she says we shouldn't rely on our own intelligence. We have to rely on the Lord and King.
If you were locked up at any Illinois juvenile,
the Lord and King of the universe. It's very strange. You know, I don't know if it's professional to say all this spiritual stuff, but I don't know if people appreciate it.
Completely dependent upon God's favor. And so they humbly approached that day of fasting 250 years ago, asking God for his protection, his guidance, his mercy. We are at this time totally dependent upon God to light our path so that we can successfully navigate the troubled waters that we are in into a future where our children and their children and generations for hundreds and thousands of years can live in peace.
Generations for hundreds of thousands of years. Wow. Talk about planning for the future. Because if you live for 15 years every generation or 20 years for every wow, she's talking about 5,000 generations into the future. What incredible creative insight.
Freedom and prosperity.
Freedom and prosperity. Freedom and prosperity.
Day. Let us humble ourselves before God. Let us beg for his mercy and guidance.
Let us beg God for his mercy, for his guidance.
Let us be willing to forgive those who've offended us as we ask God
She's a Christian now. She's repeating the Lord's Prayer.
to forgive us for our trespasses. And let us all today, in the privacy of our own homes and hearts, take shelter in God's love.
But what if you didn't get to hear Tulsi Gabbard's message to the world because it only has 323,000 views and it was released 4 days ago? So if you're living in a homeless encampment outside of Chicago underneath an aqueduct, you know, a bridge, or if you're living in a porta potty, you know, outside of Detroit, Michigan, or you're homeless in Los Angeles living on Skid Row, and you didn't get to hear Tulsi Gabbard's beautiful message to the world, well, that's the great tragedy.
Remember him. Aloha.
Aloha! Aloha! Our America's sweetheart! Aloha! Oh, wow. What a beautiful message, right? Beautiful. Oh, and she's got that cool gray strand of hair, like she's from the X-Men, like the chick had the superpowers and the gray strand of hair, you know? Aloha. Aloha. That's what I'm going to say from now on. Everywhere, anywhere I go, everything, whenever I finish whatever I'm saying, I'm just going to say aloha. It's like my signature. Over and out. Aloha. This is Tulsi Gabbard. I will soon create another video to get millions of views to help fund my husband's rare bone cancer. As I continue on this road to help my husband heal from his rare form of bone cancer, I will create a new video every day doing yoga at the beach in Hawaii on my multi-million-dollar property in the North Shore. Aloha, Tulsi Gabbard, America's hero. Oh, Tulsi Gabbard.
You don't need a speaker. Your phone's real volume is locked. I'm about to show you a secret that the Android industry...
Now, Fox News has just learned Tulsi Gabbard is resigning from her post as Director of National Intelligence. All right, let's get right to David Spunt. He's got the news for us. David?
Well, Sandra, we are told that Tulsi Gabbard is resigning effective June 30th because of her husband's recent diagnosis of an aggressive form of bone cancer. Our thoughts, of course, are with Ms. Gabbard and her family, Director Gabbard, and her husband, Abraham. She said that Abraham has been her rock since they've been married, and she submitted her resignation letter to the president and two members of the senior staff, announcing that her last day would be June 30th because of this diagnosis of her husband's bone cancer. Unfortunately,
So let me play for you now a clip. This is the David Pakman show. Many of you probably know who this guy is. But he has all the deets. He does a lot of editing and like video storage.
Does it make a difference? I mean, does it make a difference? It's a British app, but not American.
There's just a lot of stuff. She's just been creating videos for so long, and it's just amazing that she resigned. And there's all this, like Anna Polina or whatever, she put out all this stuff about like how the CIA raided her office because of the MK Ultra and Kennedy assassination content. It's like, what? Now she's just resigning, but she doesn't mention it. Aloha. My husband's got rare bone cancer. Forget everything you heard in the media about the fucking CIA raiding my office. Aloha. Aloha. Bye, everybody. National Director of Intelligence. I'm finished. Put all my shit in a box and go. Bye. One of the most powerful positions in the government. My husband's got bone cancer. Gotta go. Bye. Aloha. Had nothing to do with the CIA raiding her office for national secrets. Had nothing to do with that. Does she get to keep her rank in the reserves? Is she still in the reserves? Is she going to run for president? Because I think that's what's coming. Her husband's going to stage an amazing comeback. She's going to document it on YouTube, get another 1 million followers, and she's going to do a yoga video every day at the beach. Aloha, Tulsi Gabbard. Aloha. Aloha.
Foreign interference against American interests. What is the American interest these days anyway? I mean, you don't know if you're coming or you're going. It's like your own people don't even trust you when you actually do something for once. That's not like all the other times you did it. What is American interest these days? What is the entire world's interest these days? I mean, we all used to. There was a time where there was a group of people of us, and majority was on our side, and it was not disputable that something was right or something was wrong. And it's like every single fucking person exactly knows what's right and wrong. It's not like it's something, you can just have a choice or choose. That's never going to happen. But how did we get here? And why did we get here? I mean, yeah, that's the question. What? Is it because there's like a group of people? I mean, let's say the leftists. Yes, there's inequality in the world. Especially in the fucking West. It should not be like this. But then also the people who actually put in power to kind of like try and like reduce that are exactly the same actual people who are trying to maintain it, because the people you actually put in power to do that don't have your country's interest at heart. Because the people who actually chosen those people are exactly elected so they could exactly sabotage and create. Well, why? Like, why? But it's not like it's isolated to like Americans or even the Brits or, I mean, I'm Iranian. Look, you did that to our country first, like, with these Islamic fucking lunatics. But why do these people exist in the world? I I mean, is it like ignorance? Are they bad people? Are they evil? Are they bitter? It's like, you know, it's just, it's like, it's not even a dichotomy. It's almost like it's a disorder. It's a complete disorder. But it's a disorder, but then when you think about it, okay, technology, this is how I look at technology. It's like, okay, it gave voice to people who should not necessarily have a voice. Why should they not have a voice? Well, you know, they don't have the education, they don't like, but it's good if they're given a voice with right intentions so they can say, okay, well, this is not working, maybe we can, but if that voice is given with an intention to sabotage.
This is haberdasher. He's in the schmatter business.
You know, but then also, it's just a phase, right? And ultimately, exactly that, especially technology. Technology is part of nature. I mean, no matter whether China thinks they are superior with it, or Mark Zuckerberg, or whoever the fuck sits, you know, with these massive sort of communication tools. That communication tool belongs to nature. So even if you are gonna send like the wrong message out because you think that's the way to win a war,
This is $50,000 of solid
it's gonna,
raw gold.
it's not never gonna be on the site. It's just gonna turn something
Waiting to be released.
that is not supposed to be, even to something even worse.
Until it's soft, then hammer it thin. This heavy
So you know, like that sort of anxiety about like AI and technology sort of not being on. It's part of nature.
Chisel intricate floral patterns
Exactly that is gonna eventually, I don't know if it's gonna be in my lifetime or whenever it's gonna happen, but it's gonna cancel whatever is utilizing it in the wrong way, gonna take it that far that
scroll is shaped by hand to
it won't. So the same way that thinks that can do that to the other side is pretty dumb and unaware that
catching the light from every possible angle. Everything is fused with extreme heat. One by one, the sections come together to form a crown.
It's gonna have exactly the opposite effect.
Same obsession, engraved and layered with golden petals.
Only if you kind of like think about it and you start thinking, okay, what's going on in America? What's going on in Brazil? What's going on like everywhere? It's like how come everybody's like turning against, like, you know, the best allies are now like, yeah, they're like bad fucking agents out there. And it's always gonna be like this. But the thing is, they might have also just started out thinking, you know, we want to change. We want to change. You know, it's not working. Too much inequality. But then there'll be like even worse agents that's going to even take advantage of this, and then it's kind of like, you know, it's just going to somehow. It's like a ball that just goes down a hill. And, but the thing is, at the end of the day, like, is any side gonna win by one side winning and the other one losing? Well, eventually, if we are gonna go all that way, there will always only just be one side. But I don't think that was the whole intention with like us as a humanity to somehow be gifted with this technology to have to go through this. I mean, even just like, and it makes a lot of sense for both parts. Because, you know, you might have, I mean, I'm following the whole California thing a lot at the moment. Because I'm thinking, okay, well, that part of the world, you have these very, very wealthy people. And then, you know, you'll have like someone like business sitting there and saying, oh, I can pay all the tax you want. No, it's not gonna, no. Just pay your fucking workers, right? Because if you don't, you're gonna have the opposition who are also gonna be savvy. And because they're less smart and they're less somehow gifted by somehow you getting to something and achieving something in some kind of a less way, they will gain it and become like worse examples of themselves. So, you know, this just always more or less going to have to be the way as it has always been. But the thing is, you know, back in the days we had like, you know, aristocracy, we had like lineages of people who somehow like within an experience of something, you know, carrying on and on and on, became more responsible rather than greedy or sort of narcissistic about things.
Hi, BB.
Do you know? Am I rambling?
Do you know what the noise is of Pepe when he's in the forest and his tree gets cut down? Like, do you know what the sound of the tree is when it hits the surface of the earth?
Well, I think we wouldn't be having this conversation if it didn't make a sound, right? I mean, what would be the purpose? And if there was no purpose, it's like, for me, it has a purpose. So and within the tools that I've been given, I have to abide by those tools that it matters. I mean, we're looking at the world. You know, there's a lot that's just, you know, but this is a very reductive conversation because just like here, there, and whatever. But
Hello?
it's just how it's always been.
Hello?
There's always been like a handful of people who, by merit and by somehow proof of, you know, merit, sort of experience, or whatever they have achieved in the past, we just continue to trust that because it worked, and then we build up upon it. So, I mean, the whole left. She comes from it. It's frustrating. It's like, why does the world have to be this way? She gets too savvy. We're probably most likely we could see eye to eye with a lot of things. I don't know.
We're talking about discuss, you know, what are your key. So the great thing about AI is you can just.
But if we don't have these conversations, we just kind of like run around like headless chickens. It's like, you know.
No, we don't.
You're gonna blame the Jews. And,
actually, by having the conversations, you run around like a headless chicken. It's the people that read the books. Those are the people not running around with their heads cut off. It's because they've got actual intelligent, well-formatted information to process, to program themselves with. It's all the people here that run around with their heads cut off like a chicken that just don't stop talking. And that's why I asked, are any of these sounds actually registering or have any significance whatsoever? No, they don't. This app is just like a black hole abyss, and all these dumb conversations. Well, yeah, basically. I mean,
well, the thing is, we're still here, we're talking about it, and it might not.
No, we're not.
You,
we're not. That was the summary. We're
these
finished.
things.
It's finished.
Well, I don't fucking. Well,
Sorry, everybody.
like,
Sorry, everybody. App is shutting down. Sorry, everybody. It's closed. Everybody's got to go. Everybody up. Got to go. Everybody get up. Got to go. It's closed. Sorry, everybody. App is shutting down. What are you going to do now? You're going to go to X Spaces. It's the only other place you got. And when you get there, it's going to suck because a lot of the losers from Clubhouse are over there.
Around you.
Yeah.
It's like, this app actually is British.
Really British. It's British. Oh my God, it's British? What makes it British?
Everybody's like worried about that. It's like Kevin's worried about his country. It's like the Jews are worried about their future. It's like the Persians are worried about the black. It's like, it's all very valid. The Chinese are worried about, it's like most of the young Chinese, like these, whatever people in power, they're not going to be forever, a bunch of fucking old, and then it's like some things you just need to leave it and concentrate on other things, and then that will sort itself out. And there are other things that just need more sort of attention, like immediate attention. And, with the whole, imagine how the world just went from like fucking 0 to 100 with like all these. But the thing is, it's also not right for these kids to not be told that you cannot go through life and think you're going to succeed by being dishonest. Just because by volume, and that's the whole nation thing. So even by volume, just because you can do it by volume, it's like, back in the days, like people would, they would protest against things that were unfair and make it better. Like, slavery or, feminism and all that. But they're sustainable because they were honest. And by volume, it was the honesty that created the volume. But dishonesty by pure volume, it's I just feel like that generation is being taken advantage of.
You ever like say a lot of stuff, but like never really say anything? You ever really just like, say a ton of stuff, like a lot of stuff, but never really say anything?
Anyway, who cares what I have to say?
No, it's not that. It's just like when you say something, you should have an introductory statement, maybe some type of thesis, some of the brief evidence, and then you should go into greater detail about your evidence, and then make a summary statement, and just call it a day. That's called public speaking, right?
Imagine it's like a million
somewhat formatted. There's like some type of topic, something specific.
To, like, tell them anything other than what makes sense. It's like, it's not about trying to convince them. It's like, it's about.
Yeah. Exactly. I know. Let's look at the title of the room. Foreign interference against American interests, foreign interference against American interests. Well, I'm an American, and I guess I have interests as an American. Not very specific, pretty generalized. Just like leave me alone. That would be my greatest interest. Is basically, I think who said it? The disgusting.
When did we just stop being?
He said the greatest right that a government can afford its citizens is the right to be left alone. Leave me alone. I don't want any foreign interference bothering me. I want it to go away forever. Leave me alone. I'm happy. Leave me alone. You angry. I'm happy. That's basically what it comes down to is America is a black woman who's happy, but everybody around her keeps trying to agitate her, like Kim Cutts on this app, and she's like, I'm happy. Leave me alone.
To be honest, you know what?
What?
I think, like, the way I look at it, like, interference. It's like, interference against. It's like, what would be against American interest? I mean, what could be more for the American interest than that, like, ultimate unity as a people? The thing is, it's like, it's just the way it is. You are just a bunch of people. And it's like, as Persians, right? 2,000-3,000 years of a bunch of different ethnicities together. And we're still fucking struggling. But the thing is, and then you get, like, these extremists. It's something you should celebrate. Not like pointing fingers at each other.
You want to argue? Can't argue with you.
But then, like, with the Persian sort of like sentiment, like, that's how I look at it. It's like, well, that's nature. It's like, who asked, like, even
it's
why
natural.
did we have? It's like
Very natural.
But the thing is, we're still here. It's still.
This right here, Domino's new slice sauce. It's the perfect pairing for your pizza. Whether you dip it, you want. I can't argue with you. You. I can't argue with you. No. Look at you. Look at you. You. Look at you. You big man. Big man. I'm happy. I'm happy. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm happy. Leave me alone. Who is you? Who are you? Who is you? Who are you? You ain't nobody. You ain't nobody. No. You wanna argue.